18. Start. Should I start now? Hello guys, Assalamu alaikum and welcome to new session of online series of lectures. Uh, I hope you are doing really well and enjoying your online classes that have been started from Tuesday. Today we are going to learn a very important topic that is advantages of learning a second language. Hope you are able to understand this title of the topic, that is benefits or advantages of learning a second language, how it is important and what advantages you will have when you learn a second language. Of course, I am talking about learning any language that is your second language. Maybe it is English language or any other language that you intend to learn. So guys, let me start with this topic that is in front of you. First of all, let me write the headings, subheadings of this topic that you would be able to understand. Okay, is it fine now? Okay, advantages of learning a second language. First of all, expand your mind. What happens when you learn a second language? It will expand your ideas, it will expand your mind. Understand? This thing this thing will help you out in order to expand your ideas, your mind, your cognition, you may say. Mind is also the part of your cognition. What we mean by cognition means human mind. It will broaden your ideas, it will enhance your knowledge and information when you learn second language. Of course, it is really important for us to learn a second language because we have learned things. It was marvelous. So that's why I changed my mind. I made my mind that I will be talking on the importance and advantages of second language. Okay, the first thing that you will learn from here, that expand your mind and cognition, number one. The second thing, that those who know nothing, let me share with you a thing that is quite important. Those who know nothing, basically I have brought a clipboard with me because it will help me out as well as you guys. Nothing of foreign language, because it is always good to help, to take help from these things. Foreign language, know nothing. This is really gonna help you out. Nothing of their own. See, I have just written two lines that are really important for you guys. Those who know nothing of foreign language. Suppose, ask let me ask you one question. Do you believe that English is a foreign language for us? I'm leaving this question for you guys, and I will be waiting for your quick responses via text message. Okay, those who know nothing of foreign language know nothing of their own. It is really surprising and shocking that if you don't have information, if you don't have knowledge of foreign language, it means you are you are quite you are not aware of your own self. So this is going to really surprising thing. If you know me as a English teacher, if I don't have any information, if I don't have any knowledge of foreign language, then it is simply mean that I don't know about myself. And it is really important that I need to explore myself. Whenever I explore foreign language, whenever I come to know about foreign language, that what it is, how it works, and how to learn that language. Indeed, we are non-native speakers of English language. This is quite obvious. This is quite obvious. But as a learner, as a students, and as a teacher as well, it is quite interesting to learn second language. That is particularly here I am talking in context of English language. Second language means context of English. We are not going to talk about other languages. Rather, we will be talking about English as your second language. If you learn this language, what advantages you will receive at the end, what benefits you will have after knowing this. Okay, then what happens? The second thing that is quite important, it will improve and enhance your communication. Improve and enhance your communication. Okay, guys, make your mind, make it clear that we as a human beings always communicate with others. Of course, communication is a kind of uh, thing that will recognize you who you are, and it will give you status in your society. And for communication, language is only a component, language is only a weapon that is frequently and mostly used. So being a learner of second language, being a student of second language learner, you would be able to improve your communication, and you will be able to enhance your communication. Enhance also means to get mastery, to increase. Okay, so if someone is able to improve his communication when he learn a second language, what else he requires, what else he want? Nothing. Why? Because this is the need of the time. If someone is able to speak or write well in English language or in second language, that is of course a English language, he would be able to improve and enhance his communication. And communication covers his all skills of language. It means he would be good at writing, he would be good at listening, and he would be good at speaking, as well as what? It's up to you. I'm leaving that one point to you. Okay, let me add something from yesterday's lecture of Sir Saeed Ahmad. He was talking about four skills of language, and he brilliantly defined that: listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Okay, so what he told to his students of first year, he told them that how much how much amount of listening we do have in our routine. Okay, if if you say that we listen our teachers, we listen audios, what are you able to comprehend whatever your teacher, whatever videos or the lectures that you are going to watch and listen? Can you understand them properly? If it is, then it means you are good at listening. But if not, it means you are not having a proper listening. Then speaking, speaking, what else he said in his lecture. Believe me, I gone through his complete lecture. Though I am a teacher, but I always think myself as a learner because there is always gap in learning. Understand? There is always gap in learning. Learning is not, final. If someone says that, okay, I'm fine with it now and I have done it, completely, then he or she is just living in a comfort zone. Understand? Okay, you might, ask me that, sir, during your talk, during your lecture, you have just uttered a word comfort zone. Okay, let's talk about a little bit about, your comfort zone. Let me take duster first. It was, lying down. Okay, so those who are living in a comfort zone, they are actually creating danger for them. How? Let me give you a good example. Suppose this is your entire life, this is your entire routine, and you believe yourself that I am comfort now, I'm comfortable right now, and in this zone, in this area, you may say, in other words, your comfort zone means your area in which you are living and in which you think that I am quite satisfied with learning or any other thing. Okay, suppose there are certain areas in which human beings used to live. Comfort zone, then depression zone. Understand? And then suppose uh, confusion zone. People used to live in these areas, but this is quite harmful. This is really dangerous for us. This is really dangerous for us. How? Let me give you example. Being a learner, being a teacher. Okay, consider me as an English teacher, but I always used to consider myself as a learner of English language. If I start living in this zone, it means what I am doing. Basically, I will start creating dangers for me. Never ever try to live in your comfort zone. Come out of that box. This box is really harmful. This is an area which will destroy your cognition. It will you know simply limit you. It will simply make you limited. How? You would be limited to your ideas. You won't be able to expand your ideas. You won't be able to think out of that box, and you won't be able to enhance your ideas, because I do believe that one must have um, one must possess, one must have simply ideas which are expanded, which are extended, and there is no limit for him. If he or she thinks that okay, this is fine and I'm living in this area, it means he's not coming out of that box, and that is not going to help him or her. Okay, then there is another zone. People always, you might have seen there are a number of people who used to live in depression zone, and they when they start living in that zone, what happens? What happens to them psychologically? They always remain in depression, and they used to start taking medicines, and we usually call them that okay, he is a psycho, he is a depressed one. He is not the man who is going to put himself out from that box. One recent example of living in a depression zone you might have seen. This is this is the era of social media. Couple of days ago, a Bollywood star, rather I would say a superstar. Yes, he was a superstar. only, at the age of 34, he committed a suicide. Sushant Singh Rajput, you might know him. He performed his, brilliant acting, and he did really good movies, and famous movies in Bollywood. One was, MS Dhoni's character, which he performed, and there is another character that he performed in, PK movie with Amir Khan. So why? What was the thing, or what were the surroundings that made him, depressed, and he was not left with another option except one, that was committing a suicide. Now you can see, you can analyze how dangerous it is for one. How dangerous it is for one, that if he or she is living in this zone or area, it is, man, really, really, difficult and dangerous. It is terrible. Yes, I would say it's, terrible zone. So never ever live in this zone. If you are having troubles, if you are having problems, share with your parents, share with your teachers, share with your, colleagues and friends. Maybe they will help you out, and you would be able to come out from that, zone. But never ever limit yourself to always, live in that zone, because it is really dangerous. Then confusion zone. If I have, confusions regarding my topic here, suppose if, I have come here, I have, come here to deliver a lecture on advantages of learning a second language, and if I have confusions regarding this topic, then how is it is possible for me to deliver, lecture, comprehensive lecture on this topic? It would be really difficult for me to have a, effective and comprehensive lecture on this topic. Why? Because I myself is confused in this topic. Suppose, I'm just giving example, I'm not confused in this topic. Okay, so not only, in education, but in other things. Suppose if someone is confused in, making decisions. Now think for a while. I'm giving you half a minute. Half a minute. Think for a while, that if someone is, confused, and he is living in a confusion zone, how would he make his decisions? How he will, finalize his decisions? Understand? This is not going to help him. This will, simply create, problems, many problems for him, if he or she is, living in that zone. Okay, think for a while, and then come with your answers, quick answers and quick replies. Okay, confusion zone, it is again a kind of zone that we have discussed here: comfort zone, depression zone, and confusion zone. This is also dangerous for you guys, for everybody, not for you only, but for, all those who are just, habitual of living in this zone. So again, I would suggest you to please come out of that box and zone. Okay, moving further, that we were talking about advantages of learning a second language. We talked expand your ideas, our mind and cognition. Then it will, enhance your communication skills. It will improve your communication skills. What else will help you? What else advantages you will have after, learning a second language? That is, improve written and verbal skills. That is also an important point. If you guys have, questions, I will always welcome your questions, because there is a chat box. You can, type your message, and you can send your responses, your queries, and at the end of lecture, I will be answering your questions. So it will improve your written and verbal skills. It will improve your written as well as verbal skills. So what we mean here, verbal skills, it means your talk, your speaking, the way you will use your language. If students who are keen to learn English language, those who are simply known as second language learners, understand, they would also be able to improve their writing skills, at the same time their verbal skills as well. And these two skills are really important. If someone, suppose if I have improved these two skills, what else I need? If I am able to write well, understand, I don't have any, suppose I don't have any issues and problems regarding writing my ideas or putting my ideas into words, and at the same time I don't have issues and problems or hindrances regarding speaking or sharing my thoughts and ideas through verbal communication, what else I want? This is the target that we intend to achieve. This is the target that we have set for you guys. Believe me, what I have intention, and what intention Sir Said possess in his mind, we both used to decide that, sir, we together will be working on such topics and such methodologies that our students will be able to understand more effectively, understand. And we simply just want to take you out from traditional teaching, from traditional way of teachings. Because what traditional teaching have done, it simply have destroyed your skills. It simply have destroyed your stamina, your capabilities, your thinking, your broad thinking, your approach towards learning a language, your intentions learning towards language. We have been teaching here since simply I have been teaching here since years, understand, more than 3 years. So what I have observed that students always face difficulties in learning English language. When they feel difficulties or face difficulties in learning English language, it means they are still living in those zones which I have already talked about, understand. They are still not ready to put themselves out from those boxes. But man, we have made our targets, that very soon we will simply drag you out from those zones. Okay, so this is also the one of the advantage of learning a second language, that it will improve your written as well as verbal skills. Okay, then it will boost innovation and creativity. That is also one of the most important skill that you will receive, that you will get from uh, advantages of second language learning. So boost innovation and creativity. It will boost your innovation. Do you know what is innovation? Innovation means what? New things, new ideas, understand, something that is quite new, innovative ideas. Okay, and creativity. Okay, our students have especially problem in this area, that they are not creative ones, and we want them to be creative in their reading, in their writing, in their other skills as well. Okay, okay, I hope you are quite uh, energetic, and you are listening me quite attentively. I hope so, understand, because without your proper attention, it is not possible for you to comprehend, to understand whatever we are discussing here. Okay, another thing that will help you in, if you learn a second language or English language, that it will sharpen your memory. It will sharpen your memory. If someone is, really sharp in his memory, then it will, help him to understand each and everything that he intends to. Okay, sharpen your memory and cognitive skills. My goodness, this is one of the most important, you know, benefit or advantage that you will have after learning second language. Nowadays, grammarian and many scholars and linguists, they emphasize on learning or acquiring cognitive skills. Yes, indeed, Allah Almighty has given us this wonderful machine. Understand that is quite matchless. Every individual possess such kind of mentality and cognition that Allah Almighty has given as a gift to him or her. And okay, if you say that Allah Almighty has given this gift to us, then what are the problems? Where are the flaws? Flaws is are with us. We are simply not utilizing, we are not using our cognitive skills. Okay, I hope that you are not from those who are just not using their cognition and their mind in order to sharpen their memory, in order to acquire and learn many other skills of language and many other things, not only language skills but other things as well. So this will be also the advantage of your learning a second language, that it will simply sharpen your memory and cognitive skills. It is quite common that if you want to to have a sharp mind, sharp memory, you may use dry fruit. You might have heard. Understand? Of course, it is helpful and it is beneficial. But until and unless you are not able to use your cognition, it is not going to help you out. Understand? Okay. Okay. Sir Amir has again. Uh, oh my goodness. Okay. Then learning another language is okay. If you have your handouts, then I would like to say something to you that you may note it down. Learning another language is not only learning different words for the same things, but learning another way to think about things. And this was said by Flora Lewis. Okay. Okay, another benefit or advantage that you will have after learning a second language, that you will be able to study at home. Understand? Study at home, use different books. Understand? Suppose if we have got books in English language at our at homes, uh, so how to use them, how to use them, it is only possible when you are able to speak and understand second language or English language. If I am totally unaware of that language, I would simply throw that book, because I'm not able, I don't have capabilities, I don't have that much understanding level that I may read and utilize or analyze different books which are published, which are available in English language. Okay, moving further, that is maybe possibly the last point of our lecture. After that I would try to have a quick review of our today's lecture. One language sets you in a corridor. You may write this. One language sets you in a corridor for life. But when you have two languages, man, when you have two languages, it will open every door along the way. Understand, this is also one of the, you know, far most important benefit or advantage of learning a second language, that second language will always open different ways for you. It will, you will be able to explore the world behind you. Understand? So I hope that you have got the idea. So I'm just minute or two. So let's have a quick, review, recap of our today's lecture. That what we have learned today, what we have tried to learn today, that what are the advantages of learning a second language. We talked about communication, enhancing your communication. We talked about, expanding your mind and cognition. We talked about, improving your written and verbal skills. And we also talked about, innovation and creativity. We also talked about, sharpening your mind or memory. And then we also, talked about that it will help you to use and utilize different books in English language at simply at the access of your homes. So finally, I would, say goodbye. I hope that you have enjoyed. If you have questions, then you can ask. I would gladly answer your questions. No question?